Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today we're going way beyond those simple chatbots you see everywhere now.
Yeah, it's really incredible how fast things are moving.
We're talking about AI automation and how it's changing business, but even more how we learn, you know?
It's not even just replacing how we do things. It's like enhancing it all,
Mm.
making things personalized, stuff we couldn't have imagined a while ago.
Exactly. And to help us understand it all, I've got a real innovator with us. They're not just a tech expert, but they get the human side of this too, the impact on how we actually learn.
Happy to be here. Always exciting to see where these tools are headed, how they're changing work and learning both.
So, gotta love a good example, right? We've been looking into this company, Stork Inc Media Plus.
Oh, interesting.
They make these AI chatbots to help businesses increase sales. What grabbed me was their claim: 30% more conversions in just 90 days.
That's ambitious, for sure.
Even for someone like me who's been in marketing a while, that's a bold statement.
It shows you how much confidence there is in AI now, though, to get real business results.
And the thing is, they seem to back it up.
How so?
Their whole mission statement is about building these, as they call them, innovative and personalized bot solutions. So it's not just those basic pre-programmed things.
Right, right. It's got to be tailored to each business, or what's the point?
Exactly. They even had a case study about a furniture company using their chatbot to deal with all those late-night delivery questions.
Oh, smart. The ones that come in after customer service is closed.
Exactly. And Stork Inc. said it helped reduce their customer service calls by 15%.
I can see why they're boasting about that. Any business owner would love that result.
For sure. Makes you think what other annoying tasks we can throw at these bots. But you know what's even more interesting to me?
What's that?
This person goes by AVAARQ, Able G. They're working with Stork Inc., and they bring this whole other angle to it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's their specialty?
So they're not just about building the bots, but about building effective learning environments alongside them.
Now that's where things get really interesting. The intersection of AI, automation, and how we actually learn.
Right, that's what makes this deep dive so exciting.
This AVAARQ, Able G person, they've got a background in both project management and e-learning, which seems crucial here.
And they're talking about building virtual learning architectures that could have a global impact, no less.
Wow, virtual learning architectures, that's a new one.
Right. For those of us who don't speak fluent e-learning, what does that even mean?
Basically, it's like creating a whole system online, but this system, it's designed to give each person a unique and engaging learning experience.
So not just throwing info at people, but tailoring it to how they learn best.
Exactly. Imagine something that adjusts to your pace,
Hmm.
your style, even like your mood that day, to help you learn most effectively. That's the kind of vision they're talking about.
Okay, so we're talking about making online learning truly personal, adapting to each person. Sounds amazing, but how do we actually build something like that? Go from theory to reality?
Well, that's where AVA ARQ, Able G's expertise gets really interesting, this blend of AI and e-learning. They specifically mention using something called NLP. Yeah, natural language processing. It's a core part of how they see these virtual learning architectures working.
You know, I hear NLP everywhere now, but I'm not sure I totally get it. Can you break it down, like how it works in learning especially?
Sure, sure. So NLP is basically, it's AI that focuses on making computers understand us, our language, how we talk, even what we mean.
So instead of us learning to code, we're making the computer learn English.
In a way, yeah. Like, think about how we use language for everything.
Hmm.
Ideas, feelings, arguments. NLP is giving computers a bit of that same ability.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
So now picture this, a chatbot, but it doesn't just get the word you're saying, it gets the nuances. It can tell if you're confused by how you're asking, what words you're using.
Oh, interesting.
Even analyze your writing, figure out if you're really grasping something or just good at using big words.
Like having a tutor who can read between the lines, knows when you need help, even if you haven't said it out loud.
Exactly. And this isn't sci-fi, it's already happening. Some e-learning platforms, they use these NLP chatbots to give feedback on essays in real time. Much better than waiting for a grade, right?
Way better, especially for students who maybe don't have a tutor or learn best that way, through instant feedback.
And it's not just feedback either. Imagine a history lesson, but it changes based on what you find interesting.
Okay, now that's cool. How would it even know that?
The chatbot, through how you're engaging, what you're asking about, it can tell if you're into certain periods or people and adjust the lesson to match.
That blows those old textbooks out of the water, makes learning way more engaging. But all this AI knowing so much about how we learn are good and bad parts. Does that worry you at all?
It's a valid concern, for sure. We're talking about very personal data here. That's why transparency is so important.
Like students knowing what's being collected, what it's used for?
Exactly, building that trust. This tech should empower people, not exploit them, right? That's the whole point.
Totally. But okay, let's get real for a sec. Building these virtual learning architectures, it sounds crazy complex, expensive even. Can we actually do this on a big scale? What's holding us back? So, building these personalized learning systems, it's not exactly a walk in the park, is it? What are the biggest challenges to making it happen?
I think one of the trickiest things is making sure everyone benefits, that it's fair and reaches every learner, not just some.
Right, because tech can be great, but it can also leave people behind.
Exactly. Like, we got to think about the digital divide, right? Not everyone has the same access, the same resources. If these tools are going to exist, they need to be available regardless of where you live, your background, all of that.
And access isn't just having a computer either. These systems, they have to work for everyone. Different languages, different abilities, different ways of learning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If we don't factor that in from the beginning, then it's not truly inclusive, is it?
It's a lot to balance, but if we get it right, imagine every student learning in a way that makes sense for them, reaching their full potential.
That's the dream, right? And it's driving so much innovation in education right now. It's really exciting to see.
Speaking of which, we've been talking about schools, but what about the rest of us? Could this change how companies train people, how we learn our whole lives?
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. What if instead of those boring, one-size-fits-all training programs at work,
Don't remind me.
you had something tailored to you? Your skills, what you need for your job, even your career goals.
Okay, that I can get behind. No more falling asleep in HR training.
Right. It could be huge for how engaged employees are, how productive they are, and not just new people either. Imagine anyone at any point being able to learn what they need to get ahead.
And be like constantly leveling up your skills. So we're not just talking about changing school, but changing how we think about learning forever.
Exactly, making it something that's ongoing, personalized, adapting as we do throughout our careers.
Wow. Okay, so as we're wrapping up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want to leave people thinking about?
I think it's this. The future of learning, it's personal, it's tailored to each of us, and AI is going to play a huge role in making that happen. It's a big responsibility, but also an incredible opportunity.
I like that. Definitely something to think about. And a huge thank you to you for sharing all this incredible insight with us.
Anytime. Glad to be here.
And to everyone listening, keep those questions coming. Keep digging deeper. And most importantly, keep learning. Until next time on The Deep Dive.